Hey everyone, Clarky here, welcome back to another video, and today we are doing Zombies Replay, episode 3. Today, on today's guest, we have XpertFusion. Hello, Expert.
Yo, what's good?
So, Expert today is joining me for the map review on Numa. This is inspired by Tim Hansen's map review in the Smith Places Zombies Retrospective, where we go through all the maps, but with a twist. I bring on a new Zombies YouTuber every episode, might be the same sometime, but most of the time it's a new person. And in this episode, I thought I'd bring on XpertFusion. So, great to have you on, Expert. Today we are doing
Good to be
Numa.
on.
Well, again, just to run through things, if you guys haven't seen the previous episodes, we play the map for 5 minutes. I ask the guys questions, then I answer them after, just to give the personal review on the map and so on and so forth. So yeah, the next episode will be Darius, possibly coming out tomorrow. As of right now, I'm fucked for sure, so I need to do something. But as of right now, Expert, thank you for joining me. And are you ready, sir? Are you ready to hop
I'm
into
so ready.
some
I'm so
Shino?
ready.
Alright, let's
I'm
do
more ready
this.
than I've ever been in my life.
Alright, so as soon as the game loads up, just like speedruns or whatever, this isn't ZC2 or ZWC shit, but as soon as this starts up, see our guns, I start the timer, I ask questions, you can go on for as long as you want, just be honest. And the 30-minute timer has started. So, Expert, the first question I have for you, what was your first personal experience when playing World at War? Like, the first time you booted up World at War, like, how did you feel about the map and stuff?
I remember getting it for Christmas. It was Christmas 2008 or 2009. It was 2008, I think. Whatever the game came out the same year. And I'm pretty sure I busted through the campaign quick as hell, like within like a day or two. And then next thing you know, I'm playing Nocturne Totem. But I never actually got Numa until like Black Ops 1 came out. So I actually didn't get to experience like the classic Numa because I just never bought the DLC.
Hmm.
I, I just didn't get to until Black Ops 1 came out. But then I went back because I wanted to try out the classic, the classic Numa, how it was in World of War. And honestly, I like it a lot better in World of War just because of how fast the rounds go.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it. But I felt great about booting up this game, man. It was just like such a new experience. I mean, obviously, I played COD 3 before and COD 4 when that was out, but they didn't have zombies. Zombies was a completely new thing. It felt so different from the rest of the game, that's why I love zombies so much because it's able to kind of take a break from just killing, normal soldiers in the multiplayer and campaign. You get fight some zombies for a little bit. Something I always love about it.
Very interesting. Personally, I understand how you feel with like the World at War version and stuff. I prefer the World at War version. Sometimes I like BO3 version just due to the fact that I play BO3 more. But the World at War version is definitely like one of the best versions of Numa. I'd personally put BO1 down at the last. Not that I hate it. It's just like with the high rounds on World at War, it feels
Yeah.
fun. Like someone motherfucking got to round 10,000 on this map, boys. So anything's possible at this point on Numa. Fucking go to around 100,000 at this point. But yeah, Numa, when first booting it up, like this was the first map to ever introduce the Ultimates characters. I was seeing a new set of characters, different quotes. I was like, who the fuck are these guys? These aren't just military soldiers. Who are these people? Got a mad scientist daughter. Who are these guys? But it was definitely really really cool to see like a new set of characters. Like we got Marines and Nact, and then we got Dempsey soldiers and Varrots, and then we get a new set of characters in Numa. So before Darius came out, I thought we'd always get the same characters over and over again, but obviously that wasn't the case due to the storyline. But it definitely was really really cool. Just Numa World at War, specifically World at War, is just that chill ass map for high rounds and stuff. And it's not even that bad. Like whether it's 30 zombies per round or not, it's still quite fun. It's just the crashes and stuff. But apart from that, it's really really chill to be honest.
Yeah, I
Definitely
enjoy it
really
more
chill.
than Barak and Noct for sure.
Oh yeah, like I prefer Varrots over Numa, but like if I ever just never wanted to do like hardcore World at War and just wanted to chill for 5 rounds, Numa is definitely up there. Like I know people would instantly say Darius, but it's like Darius is whatever at the end of the day. Darius is broken. So and like Numa was the first like map to introduce like a new wonder weapon that's not the ray gun, for instance, the Wonder Wolf. So that's also a good thing as well, and they added in the flogger and stuff. So it definitely was really really cool what they did with Numa. But personal experience, it was just whatever. I was happy that there was a new map, and I grinded the shit on this map when I like figured out high rounds were broken. So I just grinded a lot on this map, and it was definitely really, really fun. So that's really it.
Because like, although I didn't play the map when it first came out, I do remember watching the trailer when it first came out, and that shit blew my mind. I don't know why. I remember laughing really hard at it because like the flogger was like slapping the zombies in the air, and I found it to be so funny. When I was, like, I thought it was great.
So, Expert, what are the things that you don't necessarily like about Numa?
I'd say, well, this is a problem that I feel like most older maps have, which you got to give it the benefit of the doubt because it's older, but it doesn't have much to do on it. Obviously, it's just going around killing zombies. Which, to be fair, yeah, like I said, it's an older map. It's kind of expected to not have too much on it. Oh no. But yeah, like I'd say compared to the other World of War maps, though, I like how open it is, but I don't like. I feel like it's really gross looking though. Like I feel like that's one of the. I mean, this could be another issue with a lot of the World of War maps though too. But there's just something about the look where like most of the map just looks the same to me. Like I can never really understand exactly what the different locations are because like the comm room, whatever, like the doctor's quarters, whatever they're called, they all look the same. They're just like swampy areas. I feel like they could have maybe integrated like different types of areas, like maybe different. Just give us different look to them. I feel like so the map feels different. I feel like I don't like when the whole map kind of feels the same. I feel like the only area that really looks a lot different than the other areas is this Flogger area.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
And I'm not a massive fan of the layout either. How it's like you spawn in the middle, and there's like 4 places you can go. I kind of like when it's more like a Kino design where it's like you start in the beginning and then you loop around kind of a deal. I like that more. But that's all. That's the only really complaints I have with the map. Other than that, I appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah. God, that was really good. That was probably one of the best points I've heard in the series, to be honest. Like, the map layout. The map layout is definitely, like, interesting. Like, to me, I get the feeling like they were trying to make it simple. Like, there's 4 ways. Every 4 ways, you at least get 1 perk. And probably one of the biggest points you just said, specifically in World at War, I'll say, like, it feels the same. It does feel the same. Like with BO3, with like the graphics and stuff, it doesn't feel all different to me. But with World at War, oh god to hell, it definitely feels like the same. Definitely would like it if they made it just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit different. That would have definitely really been nice. But that was. Like, again, you gotta give these maps the benefit of the doubt, the fact that, like, they are really, really old, and compared to, like, newer maps now, like, it's weird to think how, like, old stuff can be really better than the new stuff. Like, some people from this generation now will probably say, no, that's not the case, but, like, when you think about it, like, World at War, you've got to give it the benefit of the doubt, but as in, like, Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4, well, we'll exclude Black Ops 4, Black Ops 2 or something, like, you can go on for ages about stuff that you don't personally like, but with World at War, you're like, you know what? There is going to be stuff that, like, we really don't like, but we've got to give it the benefit of the doubt that this shit was made in 2008. So, I definitely agree with you on that. There's really nothing bad I can, like, say about the map, but that point you made with, like, everything looking kind of the same, apart from, like, the Flogger area here, I can agree with that, definitely. Specifically, just the World of War version. BO1 version, I guess, but that's only if you've played the World of War version before. But if you haven't, then yeah. But BO3, I feel like you can definitely understand the new areas. Maybe like you get confused with 2 of the areas, but apart from that, that's really it. But that was definitely a really, really good point now. Some of the map layout looks the same apart from the Flogger and stuff. Expert, if there was anything you would like to add or change to the map, if you had the choice to, what would it be?
I would say simply just the Pack-a-Punch machine, honestly. Like that changed the Reese in such a big way. Just having the extra thing to do, like you can go for Pack-a-Punch guns, you can go Pack-a-Punch all the guns, whatever. Just that extra thing to do on the map. That's all I honestly need for this map. Like, I'm glad there isn't, like, because it's not meant to be, like, an Easter egg heavy map. Obviously, it's still a World of War map, and I feel like whenever they bring it back in, like, Zombie Chronicles and stuff, it's meant to be that just fun little survival map. So I don't necessarily think it needs, like, an Easter egg, but it's just a Pack-a-Punch machine, honestly. Just, like, maybe you go to, after you buy each of the 4 locations, maybe, like, Pack-a-Punch opened up in the middle or something, and to me, that would just, it would make higher rounds a lot easier, obviously, but it would also just add something to do, That's all I really want in this map, is just something to do.
Yeah, like, so I fucking hell, I've mentioned this so many times going through all these World at War episodes. Um, a Bible ending. We all know Bible endings are mainly on custom maps.
Hmm.
If they had to add or change something, which I don't think they will at this point, but if we had the chance to, this one got the fucking Wonder Wolf. What? Um, but definitely I would like add in personally a Bible ending. Just because, like, for one, it's World at War. The first ever customs, well, for zombies wise, was World at War. So, if anything, I wouldn't mind them adding in, like, a Bible ending. Like you said, something to do, pack a punch and
Hmm.
stuff. And that's what, like, I did, and that's why I like what they did with Zombie Chronicles, because if they there's loads more to do now. The fact that we have gobblegums, we have Reagan Mark 2 within the box, we have like gobblegums, more traps, something mule kick on the map now, quick revives in the spawn. I don't know, um, but I can definitely see that. Pack punch is definitely a thing that I personally add as well. But yeah, again, like, they obviously never had the idea. They were just like, right, wonder weapon works, done, fuck off. That's it. Um, there's really nothing else to it. Honestly, it's like, it's just simple back punch. It'll boost up your weapons, and when I think about it, like, pack a punch within Darius, people haven't made it to around 10,000. I'm just thinking, like, if there was pack a punch on this map,
Oh,
aside from the
insane.
crashes, someone would make over like bloody 20,000 or something. Like, I'm not even
Probably.
camping on that.
It would be a lot quicker too. And generally, just getting to 10,000 wouldn't take like what? It'd take like almost 100 hours or something. Something crazy like that.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, when I see people go for like high runs of Shio and Numa, I only see people go for Jug and Speakler. Those are literally the only two perks that are
Yo,
important.
yeah,
Like,
Quick Revive was worthless in solo.
oh yeah, it's definitely, yeah, until like they changed it. But apart from that, like, that's really it. Like, again, like, we're not we. I think we can all agree that we're people who wouldn't go back to World at War unless you do your
Not
Storm Room
often.
series on
Yeah, unless
Switch.
I'm just doing, yeah, unless I'm trying to get gameplay or something, or just for something special. Otherwise, I'm not going to play it. No.
Yeah, yeah. Like, didn't you do your Did you do your? I've seen you do some Storm Room stuff on IW and stuff. Really been enjoying that.
Yeah,
Have you done it on World at War?
yeah, that was interesting. I think I went down because I went down because of the dogs. I think well, I didn't even go that far in Shionoma. The dogs are just
Oh yeah, fuck the
insane
dogs for the Storm Room.
in this game,
Yeah.
which I actually like when their dogs are harder because I feel like in Black Ops 3 and like Black Ops 4, they're just like it's a free round basically. It's like you
Yeah.
gotta relax. But I kind of like it being more of a challenge round. It's like okay, now I actually gotta like be
Focus
prepared
up.
for it. You get the reward in the end of max ammo.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I agree with that. But honestly, yeah, pack punch would be a thing, and honestly, I wouldn't mind a Bible ending, like, or even better, like something going to do with the element 115 stone. Maybe like you could go to that and then touch it. Maybe then you transport to the Reese. I don't know how they transport to the Reese. I don't know about the fucking storyline. It's just an idea. But yeah, fucking these. You stop getting the good weapons, fam. I'm starting to forget already. But honestly, yeah, pack punch and Bible ended. I'd personally, and I just got the fucking teddy bear. Yep. Looks like you'll be carrying the rounds, expert. It's all on you. It's all on you, man.
Jug's over here, by the way, if you want some Jug.
Ooh, gladly. But moving on to the next question. Now, what are the things that you really like about the map?
I'd say the number one thing would have to be the high rounds, just the fact that it's really quick in World of War.
Mhm.
But also just, I guess, it was the map that kind of started like the story, like they actually started obviously with the Ultimates characters, so that was pretty innovative. And I'm not big with the story, like I wouldn't mind if it wasn't there, but I also do enjoy following it when it is there.
Mhm.
But it doesn't make or break any map for me really, but it does add to it. It never takes away really. And I guess the Wonder Waff as well. That was something huge that was added. They finally started adding like different wonder weapons other than just a ray gun, and the Wonder Waff is one of the coolest wonder weapons out there. I wouldn't say it's one of the better ones, but it's definitely one of the cooler ones. Just from the fact that how it works, you just train them up and shoot them, and electrical whatever shit goes through them. And I like the Wonder Waff a lot. And I think the atmosphere in this map is pretty good. Oh, the Easter egg song too. I can't forget about that. One of the best Easter egg songs from Zombies history for sure.
Definitely, like, I remember when me and my old friend would always talk about like the trailer of the music song, and then like when we played zombies, like he wasn't the biggest fan of Numa, but like the only thing, like even if he didn't like a map, he'd always say one good thing, and that was specifically the music. And like, man, he loved the fuck out of Numa. Let me tell you, like honestly, like it got me pumped when listening to Numa. Like again, might not be like the most not necessarily interesting, just not a map like we play all the time, because it's like we're in Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4 era and stuff. But just that music gets you pumped up and stuff. And I wouldn't mind, like, just if I had to go back to Numa, I'd only do it to probably listen to the music Easter egg, or unless we're doing a recording like this, because that music Easter egg is definitely nuts. It's one of like my favorites, probably. Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like people underestimate how important music is to these maps now. Like back then, it was just the one song, which was pretty big. But like I feel like in the newer maps, they have a whole like soundtrack behind the map, like the round change music, like just what's playing as you go into different rooms of the map and such. Like it's actually really important, at least for me, because it really just it makes the map have like a different vibe to it, and it feels a lot different to other maps because of that. And also gives you a lot of nostalgia. Like when you go back to it, like you just hearing that music. Music's a big part of nostalgia. So that's huge for me. Like Voyage of Despair, everyone hates that map, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like it just because of the damn music. I feel like the music is so like depressing, and it's a weird atmosphere to it, and I like it though. Like it fits the Titanic well, and that's one of the reasons I actually do enjoy going back to that map. Besides it not being the most fun in that game, at least. But yeah, this map, like I'd say one of the best Easter egg songs of all time. So
yeah.
It's easy to turn on. You just hold X on the phone thing like 3 times or whatever. And
yeah, all you need to do is hold square on the phone 3 times, I'm pretty sure, and then that's you. You're listening to a banger of a music. But yeah, definitely one of the best Easter egg songs in Zombies, like, in my opinion, and probably yours, like you said. Definitely. So this is optional, this next question. You don't need to answer this, but if you do know anything, then go ahead and say.
Alright.
Storyline.
Obviously, it was the introduction of the characters. I'm not too sure of how it works in terms of like exactly what happened here. I feel like I know more about like what was happening to Reese and such. Just the fact that it started the story, I feel like, because like yeah, they had some little story elements, and like Varrock kind of not really knocked at all, but like Varrock kind of pieced into it a little bit, but it wasn't there yet. I feel like this is when it actually started to like do stuff. They have like Peter McCain hanging and stuff like that, and a lot of the maps in the future call back to this map. I feel like I don't know if they specifically had a big idea for the story when they were making Numa. I don't even know if they had a big idea for the story when they're making Deriz. I don't know if they actually felt like it was going to be something that would blow up in Black Ops 1 and they would go far with it. Or if they're just like, oh, let's just make some interesting lore behind this little side mode we have to see what happens with it. But then it turned into like
a
big thing. And like everyone was following it and everyone was in love with it. Even though it was so hidden though, like if you're a casual player, you probably don't know shit about the story. And I feel like later games, they started to try to make the casuals understand it a little bit by like doing the cutscenes and stuff and actually putting the quotes like as a part of the map so you kind of understand what's going on. But it is a very confusing story, so I don't expect most people to understand it. I mean, I don't even think like Mr. Waffles understands the entirety of it. Like it's not something I feel like they expect you to completely understand. And I think that's why it's so interesting though, is because you're always like questioning different things. You're like, wait, this doesn't make much sense. I gotta like look into it a little bit more and see what it actually means and such. And you're never fully understanding exactly what's going on. Only the creators really. I feel like even Jason Blundell doesn't really know completely. I'll be honest.
The man has a Povkin language. That's you never know. That could be the only thing he knows about the storyline.
I'm interested to see how it plays out in the next game. I don't know if they're going to continue it or reboot it or whatever, but I'm interested.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting. Like, all I know is, like, specifically from Mr. Waffles here, I'm going to be fucking honest at this point. Definitely, I only learned about the storyline. Like, I know the storyline, like, at the end of, like, Black Ops 2. Like, Black Ops 2 Origins up to BO4, that's the only storyline I know. Like, we understand IW zombie storyline. Didn't have a real storyline, but we understand the storyline because we love IW. World War II, didn't really understand it at all.
Yeah. Only because I didn't really follow it though. Maybe if I followed it, I would understand it, but I didn't really follow it too much.
I did follow it, but like as soon as we got to the Torch Path 1, gameplay was kind of buggy until I started playing it with like more people and then started enjoying it. But Then when I got to the Frozen Dawn, I was like, this is a good map. Gameplay was good and everything. And I got to the end of the cutscene, I was just like, huh? Like, nothing made sense. Like, I was so confused. Like, hey, I'm not a person for storyline. I'm dumb. But it's still though, it just, man, I'm really interested in the story. Like, if anything important does come up for me to like properly understand, like Ancient Evil with like Medusa, I was fucking into that shit. I was like, I was really into that. And like when I heard they were making a new story, like prequels and stuff, I was down for it. Like personally, I would have Dead of the Night first come out, obviously, but due to it being a celebrity cast, they had to make it a prequel. So yeah, but like honestly, I definitely like stuff like the Chaos story. Like Aether, I do understand a bit, but like again, only up to like Black Ops 2 Origins, up to BO4. I don't understand the World of War storyline. Don't understand fucking Black Ops 1. Well, I do understand Black Ops 1 Moon, but like when it comes to Victus, like I know a bit of the Victus storyline, but it's like, how the fuck does Martin get in the bunker in fucking Alpha Omega? How does this man do this? I can't fucking remember. It's just
exactly. Though, but I think that's what's so special about it is how like we just there's so much mystery behind it. And we're just like, oh, you kind of have to use your imagination. I feel like, and that's very different than most stories. And I feel like that's why most people don't really like the zombie story. Like I see a lot of people shitting on it. A lot of people, especially who are more into like linear games that like specifically tell you what's going on. They're not going to be into it. But for me, I mean, like I get enough of those stories. I like having a little story that's like really hidden, and it's just like half the time you just kind of make up what's happening in between the lines a little bit because you're just like, yeah, this could happen, this could happen. I don't know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like you gotta put in some like plot twist or some shit in there. Like again, I don't hate Aether or the Chaos storyline or any storyline within any Call of Duty Zombies maps. It's just like I get the feeling that like Aether. I'm not gonna say Aether is confusing because I do understand it more now, but like for people who do want to get in the storyline, you'll instantly think it is confusing because one night I remember me and my friends would just one day listen to storyline radios and we're like, where does this tie in? Richthofen Shrine? Where does this tie in? Where does this take place? Like, we were just so lost, but it was really, really interesting, like, to listen to the radios and stuff. Kind of gave me, like, a creepy vibe, but, like, that's what I enjoyed about it, but, like, the storyline is definitely really interesting if you take time to research it and stuff. Well, not really research it to the point where you're going to study for a big exam or something, but to the point where, like, you'll get in the groove of things, like, you'll enjoy it. It's definitely really, really cool on what Treyarch did with FIFA, and because it blew up, the story was like boom, 2 maps were happening at the same time. Nuketown, Moon, something, everything was happening at once, and that's why I kind of feel like it kind of got confusing for like people who do want to get in the storyline, but they don't really. But yeah, the story was definitely one of the best things, and then like we're supposed to be talking about Sheen and Numa storyline here. I'm talking about fucking other games here. Sheen and Numa storyline, what I do like about it is that like they liked it with Varrock, like Pierre McCain's hands on the power switch and stuff. I really do like when they do that, where they link something to previous maps, and that was one of my things of Sheen and Numa and Varrock. But like Pierre McCain, man, like as soon as I saw like a dead body, I was like, who's this man? Who is this man? Where did he come from? Did he come from that? Where did he come from? And then, like we obviously learned about his story and stuff through like stuff like Revelations, I'm pretty sure. It was definitely really cool to see him like come back and Gord Crovey intro cutscene as well. So yeah, definitely like a good storyline that Aether has brought is, especially like with Tag the Tone, whether it was like CGI or not with the end of the cutscene, it was still good. Like man, I shed a fucking tear in school. Like I literally played the video in school and I shed a tear. I wanted to wait and I was like, you know what, I need to watch this. I couldn't wait, but yeah, that's the basic story of Aether.
Like the story was able to like make like this is literally just this dude hanging on this map, right? And the story was good enough to make us actually care about him when he came back in Gorod Krovi and then in Alpha Omega again. Like that's how good the story I feel like is able to make you care about the little, like it's such a little thing, like it's literally a character hanging from a tree. Yet we were like, holy shit, when we saw him in that cutscene in Gorod Krovi.
And then he came back in Alpha Omega. I completely forgot about that.
That was cool.
We've got 2 questions left, and we're 23 minutes in. So fucking hell, dogs.
It's alright, I'm good.
Would you be okay if the map Shino Numa had to come back as a remaster, where nothing would be changed, just be better graphics and stuff, or it would come back as like a remake, but there'd be some stuff changes, like maybe some new areas, Bible ending, something.
Assuming this is in like Black Ops Cold War, right?
Yes.
But did you bleed out?
Yeah, I died.
Okay, so if it was in Black Ops Cold War, I would say... So we've already gotten the map, like, remastered, like, kind of once. Black Ops 3 was... It was a remaster, but it did feel very different because of the Gobblegums, the Wonder Fizz, the new guns and such. It did definitely feel a lot different, but it was still just Numa.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think if they were to return it, as long as it did take away from development time of like actual new maps, I would be alright with it. As long as I would like if they changed up some stuff. Like I was one of the people who actually enjoyed some of the remakes in Black Ops 4 because they were very different experiences. They weren't just taking them out.
I'm glad they remade
Yeah, they felt very different. And I feel like Numa, there's a lot you could do with this area. Like I do like the whole swampy vibe to it. That's one of the things and it would look really nice in like a new game and such. It honestly gives me Vietnam vibes, even though this isn't Vietnam, but it still gives me like Vietnam vibes. It could honestly work in this next game. But if they were to add new areas, maybe even add an Easter egg, and obviously you wouldn't call it Numa, you'd call it something different, like it's a whole new map just based off of the original Numa. I prefer that over just a complete remaster because we've already seen this map 3 times. So if it was to come back, yeah, I would like it to be completely different. But maybe some insane Easter egg, I don't know, maybe like Zetsubo no Shima, kind of like that a little bit, because Zetsubo definitely has similar vibes to this map.
Yeah, because in the BO3 remaster, I'm pretty sure they added in like the Zetsubo round change music. Pretty sure. And like as soon as I like heard Shino was coming back, I was like, right, they've got to do something with Zetsubo here. They've got to do something. Like there was got to be some sort of resemblance. And then like when I heard like the Zetsubo no Shima like round change music, I was like, there it is. So yeah, there was definitely got to be something that you need to at least change for like even if it like was a remaster, like you have to add in something like a tiny change, like there's a man for Easter egg, for example. Like that was cool that they added it into all the Chronicles maps. So it's still not considered a remake. They just added in like a tiny thing without really changing the map. I personally wouldn't want it coming back as a remaster. I personally want it back as a remake, and I'm probably going to say this for the fucking next episode too on the race. I've said this for the previous two. If they have to bring World at War remakes back, they have to do something big, something that was innovative within Black Ops 3, blowing minds up or something, something that was surprising Black Ops 2. Even give us an Easter egg in it, for example, like Alpha Omega. Literally, loads of people hate Nuketown. I think we all know loads of people hate Nuketown, unless you're the Smith place. But loads of people hated Nuketown, and then like the only time, like this was like one before Alpha Omega, like the only time I heard when like people were saying like, oh, we want a Nuketown remaster, and for the people who didn't want it, they like all I heard was like, if they brought it back, they'd have to make it big. And the thing that surprised me the most is that like people were disappointed about the changes, but it was like one of the big changes was they made Nuketown bigger. That was one of the things that was like I was hyped for the most. Because like I like Nuketown zombies, don't get me wrong, but it's like there is so much to explore, like out the back and stuff. And now that I figure like Camp Edward and stuff, and like Russman worked there, it was really interesting. I was honestly hyped at the map was and the fucking bunker. I don't even care if it's from Blackout. The bunker, like the thing that we've been wondering for ages, is openable within Alpha Omega. So that was definitely really cool. And then they brought back the Avogadro and stuff, which I don't really mind that they brought back the Avogadro. But I just wish they added in a new boss fight room. But due to budget cuts and stuff, they obviously couldn't do anything. But all in all, I was really happy with Alpha Omega at the end of the day. But like I said, like if Numa had to come back, they'd have to do something big. And that's what I liked about the remakes within Black Ops 4. Like Classified, it didn't really add in way too much because Classified was like a small map. But it did add in an Easter egg. I'm not fucking counting the 150. Well, I'll actually count it. I didn't mind the Easter egg in cutscene, I thought it was good, but to get to around 150 for it, that's a pass, Chief. I give them respect for the fact that like they reward high round players, sure, but Can you do both? Can you do both?
Much, yeah, because Easter eggs I feel like are meant to be for Easter egg players, not for high round players. Like they could have done maybe some sort of a cool reward for high round players as well, but don't make it Easter egg because it's a main quest. I feel like it just didn't make sense to me. I feel like that would have been cool if they had like a reward you get for getting to 150 on each map or something, and it was some special, I don't know, weapon or camo or something. But keep the Easter eggs for the Easter egg players because I ain't trying to sit there for 14 hours.
Yeah, I didn't mind it personally. If anything, if they brought back like high round Easter eggs back, they should do it where there's 2 ways to get the Easter egg. You need to get to a really high round. Honestly, I wouldn't mind making it past round 100, but honestly, I wouldn't mind it if they made it 115. I wouldn't even mind that.
Yeah.
And then the other way to get the Easter egg is to obviously find it, which is what I like. Like, because Easter egg speedruns and stuff are fun. ZWC, Z for C2, and who the fuck's done a classified 150 Easter egg speedrun? Anyone? No? Okay. It's something that I wouldn't necessarily do. Like, I'd probably do it for like a stream maybe, but it's just something that like you wouldn't want to do all the time. But
if there was like a super Easter egg in that game that you had to do it, maybe I would.
Like, I had to convince my friends to do it because I was like, guys, there's gonna be a super Easter egg. DLC 4 is coming up, and then when I saw there was no super Easter egg, I was like, listen, guys.
If there was, then I would hope that they would make it so you just didn't have to do just that one, so it would be a little bit, less obnoxious.
Yeah.
But
if anything, I wouldn't mind the Black Ops 4 Zombies super Easter egg. I'll probably mention this in the Black Ops 4 episodes. I wouldn't mind if you know how Glitch and Queen made a video with the secret doors on like all the maps and stuff. I wouldn't mind if you done all the Easter eggs, those doors opened up and Golden Pack-a-Punch would be there. I wouldn't mind that at all.
That would be nice.
That would be a fix to Black Ops 4. Because, like, again, I didn't mind Black Ops 4's system, like the Pack-a-Punch system, but definitely it had to be changed. And Golden Pack-a-Punch saved it, but only for one map?
Yep.
Don't know, Chief. I don't know about that, but
that was a nice quest for like all the maps, something to do to get Golden Pack-a-Punch.
Yeah, like it's maybe there's something I'm missing, but like I don't see it as like a really hard change to Black Ops 4, and we're fucking moving on from Sheen and Numa at this point. We're talking about Black Ops 4 here.
There's a reason for it. I think it's kind of just because Shinonobu doesn't have much to it, which is it's a good and a bad thing. And I realize this. It's like the older maps, there's less flaws about them because there's not that much to flaw. Because that much to them. Like when you look at newer maps, there's just so much to flaw. Like you see people shitting on newer maps. It's like there's just so much more they can shit on. But like this map doesn't even have much stuff to shit on because there just isn't much stuff there in the first place. Like we don't have a whole Easter egg quest to be like, okay, this Easter egg is pretty bad, this Easter egg's pretty good or whatever. There's just not. They don't have one.
Something wasn't even supposed to happen. Like
yeah, exactly. So I feel like when you're like reviewing maps and such, you have to keep that in mind. Like
definitely
one, it's different purpose, completely different purpose than the other maps. And like I feel like back in 2008, 2009, 2010, whatever, I was okay with playing this daily, and I had a good time playing it daily. But compared to what we've gotten today, I just wouldn't go back to this because it's just not as much to do. There's just not as much to enjoy. I guess it's the type of player I am. If you're a high round player and that's like the main thing, I could see you loving this map, playing it every day. But I feel like I need some sort of a quest to do. I need like some steps. Just I love just having stuff to do. I never want to feel like I've done everything on the map. I feel like I get to that point in a lot of different maps where it's like you have pack-a-punched weapons, you have your perks, and you're just like, what else is there to do? I'm just killing zombies now. I always like when there's something to do. I'm not forced to do it. It's just optional, but it's still there. And maybe that's why I liked Infinite Warfare so much, because they had so many of those little features, especially on Spaceland. I could just go on the rides and play some games, win tickets or whatever. Like I could just do that while I'm playing, and I feel like that gives me something to do.
Yeah.
And Easter eggs are quick and stuff, and they're fun to do. But I still love this map for what it is. But I would never put it like that high on a ranking, just because of the fact there's just not enough to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But compared to the other World of War maps, I would say it's probably my second favorite out of all the World of War maps.
Oh.
I do think Dariz is just a little bit better just because of the Pack-a-Punch and how much engagement that map brought. But yeah, I like it more than Verrückt and Nacht simply because of the Wunderwaffe and just the high round potential.
Yeah, definitely.
Die. Hold up.
Take your time. Dude,
Turn on that
literally, it's
water.
World at War. Sticky fucking zombies can kill you, and I'm dead. Okay. So Expert, I want to let you know how I said we had a 30-minute timer? We're past that.
Oh, it's all good.
We're on the last question anyway, so fuck it. You guys can watch a 40-minute video. So, the last question, Expert. Out of 10, what do you think of Numa out of 10, and the reason why?
All right. So I don't think I would give any zombies map honestly lower than like a 4. Like I think every map is at least like I wouldn't say there's a couple bad maps here and there, but those would get like a 4 or a 5 or whatever. I think I'd give this map, keeping in mind that it is supposed to be an older map, its purpose is different than newer maps. I'm gonna say a 6.5 out of 10.
Ooh, okay.
6.5 out of 10. So it's like it's almost to the point of being like good, but it's just not quite there yet. Obviously, because of the fact there's just not much to do. Oh, I'm so dead. No, we're good. We're just strolling along.
My controller died. I can't watch this clutch. Fucking World at War. Put Xbox fucking work.
We're just strolling along. We're good.
My battery's dead.
But yeah. 6.5 out of 10 seems pretty reasonable. It's just, I think it was a pretty innovative map, but like also, it's nothing special compared to what we got in the future. I feel like.
Yeah. Okay.
You always got to look back and be like, oh, there's just so much more better stuff to play.
So, I'm 6.5 out of 10. I'm actually gonna say 6.5 out of 10 as well, because like, again, like just for like future episodes, like when it comes to the Reese lads, like when we get to the Reese episodes, like there might not be as much to talk about, and probably this is probably going to be one of my favorite episodes because I actually enjoy talking about a lot of stuff Expert here. But World at War, there's going to be nothing to talk about in Expert. You'll need to carry me because my Xbox controllers are fucking batteries.
I got you. Oh, I just trade out my PPSH on accident. Whoops. Whatever. I don't even need it.
World at War is just like something like we got to give the benefit of the doubt. The shit was made in 2008. There's nothing really bad we can say about it because it's made in 2008. What do you want us to talk shit about? Like another map, but we're supposed to be talking about like this map? Like, no. So the point is that when it comes to the recent stuff, just expect like, for all I know, like Darius might not even be a 30-minute episode. Might even be fucking 10. Cause like Darius, like I just get the feeling that it will be so short of an episode to the point where it's like
I'm dead.
We fucking did it, boys. But yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say 6.5 out of 10. I love Numa for the high rounds, but like you said, Expert, there is like compared to what we have now, there's more stuff to do, like Easter eggs and stuff, and that's why I'm an Easter egg guy. Like obviously, like I do high rounds here and then, sure, but Easter eggs are the main thing for me personally.
They really are. Yeah. They make or break maps now.
Yeah, honestly, and like the only time like I personally go for high rounds is like doing Zombies Replay, for example. All we're doing is just chilling out. We don't necessarily need to do an Easter egg within the map. We just play and chill out and stuff. So yeah, I'm personally going to give it a 6.5 out of 10 as well. So yeah, so sorry for people that keep looking at the please reconnect controller thing on the fucking top right of my screen. But I'm going to leave Expert's link in the description below to his Twitch and YouTube. The man streams like fuck, the man is fucking entertaining as shit. So honestly, go check him out, and do check out the Walking Fusion in the description below. Do check out his second channel. But Expert, thank you for coming on, my guy.
Thanks for inviting me.
If you guys do want to see Expert in a future episode, Expert, if you'd be happy to come on, fam, no. You'll come on for Zombies in Spaceland. It's
100%. Oh, yeah, you have to let me know.
Yeah, right. Expert's coming in for Zombies in Spaceland. Keep that in mind. Fuck, I'm gonna have a lot of people for Zombies in Spaceland because so many people like it. But yeah, Experts for Zombies in Spaceland. Future me, but don't get him in. But yeah, guys, please do honestly go check out Expert in the description below. Absolute mad dad with streams on Twitch, videos. Honestly, amazing guy. Really entertaining. So I do recommend you guys go check him out in the description below. But thank you, Expert, for hopping on for the third episode of Zombies Replay of Numa. Our ratings
time.
were 6.5 out of 10 and 6.5 out of 10. But anyways guys, thanks so much for watching. Expert, thank you for joining. And I will see you all in the next video live stream, boys. And goodbye.